You're wasting your talent.
Huh? Beg your pardon?
You've resorted to doing portraits of spoiled Labradors for wealthy women in yoga pants.
People love their pets.
They love their money. They love flaunting their status.
Do I know you?
It makes them all wet to show their friends that they have money to blow on commissioned portraits of their animals.
I've got to go.
Do you do people?
Excuse me?
Do you do portraits of people? Humans. You are familiar with the species? How much do you charge for a bulldog portrait?
Same as any other dog. $100.
I'll give you $300 to paint my portrait right now.
Let me see the money. And no checks, just cash.
You are a true artist.
Sorry about the mess. You can throw your coat anywhere.
What a dump.
Yeah, but the rent's right. Can I get you something to drink? I've got coffee or tea.
Do you have something stronger?
Let me see. I have beer.
Coffee's fine, black.
He normally runs from everyone but me. Let me show you the studio.
Are you ready yet, Maggie?
No one's called me Maggie since my childhood.
What was that like, your childhood?
Do you mind if I put on some music? I'm not gonna be able to talk with you and paint.
Growing up with an opioid-addicted mother.
Look, I don't know
Shut
what.
the fuck up and paint. Your mother telling you wonderful, bizarre bedtime tales that only later in life you realized were the ramblings of a drug addict.
Look, I don't know what.
Paint. She'd always tell you the story about that horse Edgar. But the story was never the same. I mean, you thought that was so whimsical and wonderful as a child, and then you grew up and realized it was a goddamn tragedy.
Please, this hurts.
Paint.
As I got older, I dream about Edgar. In my dreams, his head was always too big for his body. He'd stumble up and down in front of our old house, just trying to keep his head from dragging on the ground.
Do you remember the time your mom took you on that shitty beach trip? She had a boyfriend there and stayed away most nights, leaving you alone. You sat on the beach one night and watched the sunset and felt this bottomless longing that would never end. But you never turned away.
I remember I felt like my soul was going to be ripped from my body. But I never stopped looking. It was everything. I found beauty there too.
Remember Jeffrey Peters? The boy you lost your virginity to while Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory played on the TV.
Holy shit. He was so clumsy and terrible. But he was sweet, and he smacked on a piece of gum the whole time.
All your clothes still on, just your pants pushed down to your knees right there on the living room carpet.
I just wanted it to be over. I wanted him gone so I could be by myself. In the moment, I remember I was already thinking of the words I would later use to describe it. Scratchy was the only word that kept coming to mind.
Oh, the fucking little things that shape us. Scratchy carpet, rough jeans, recently shaved pubic hair, paint.
I got away from there.
Yes, you got accepted to that mediocre art school in the city. But isolation still awaited you. Even with all those people and those buildings and all that noise.
The bird.
Paint.
Don't.
Paint. The first weekend you were there, you smoked weed with some fellow art kids. The people you thought would finally understand and accept you. You got high and went walking in the city. A bird flew into one of the high-riser windows and crashed to the ground in front of your group. Dead.
No one even stopped.
And you surprised even yourself when your tears began to betray you.
I just stood there. Someone had to document this. Let it know its life, its death, that they weren't unnoticed.
You knew that distance, whatever length it actually was insurmountable. Belonging. Eluding you again.
My God.
And now here, the failed relationships. You drink too much, you're not flossing, you're late on rent, you're fucking 40 and you work for a car service. You're wasting your talent. You see beauty everywhere, everywhere. So much sometimes it hurts. It stops you and leaves you unable to move until you take it in and catch your breath. Do others see what you see? Do others see what you see? Do others see what you see?